Pertussis or Ufica. The pertussis also we called as whooping cough, and it's a contagious bacterial disease caused by the Bordetella pertussis, and the people will be having a severe cough spells and sometimes in whooping sound, and that is the time when the person breathes in. So that is the whooping cough also we called as it's a 100 days cough, because the person will be having a 100 days continuous cough. Definition: the pertussis is acute, highly contagious disease and cause classic spasm of uncontrollable coughing, and that is a violent and persistence followed by a sharp, high-pitched intake of air, which create characteristics of whoop sound. And the causative agents, that is Bordetella pertussis, gram-positive, and rod-shaped, it is non-motile, and Bordetella pertussis, and Haemophilus, hemolytis, and adenovirus and Roundup septica. Coming to the incubation period is typically 7 to 10 days in infants or young children, after which there are usually mild respiratory symptoms, mild coughing, sneezing, or running nose. Mode of transmission: the tiny droplets that comes from mouth and nose of infected patient, and it caused due to a respiratory aerosol. It is a droplet infection when the person is closely contact with another person and the contact with any oral secretions or respiratory droplets. Age group, and it's primarily it will be affecting 3 to 5 years, and mainly it will be occurring in infants, newborn, and pregnant ladies. And the environmental factors, this pertussis is mainly found in the winter and spring season and overcrowding places, low sanitation area, and the area where there is some poor environmental hygiene, and the person, commonly it will be affecting the people those are having a low immunity and unimmunized persons against whooping cough. The person those are not immunized. Pathogenesis. The pathogenesis, here the causative agent, that is beta pertussis, it will be liberating numbers of antigens and toxins. So what will happen? There will be a pathological changes will be happening in the respiratory tract. So there will be an inflammatory response to mucosa and secretion. A lot of secretion will be occur, and that will be start from nasopharynx to bronchioles. And as a result, there will be a damage of local epithelium, and immediately the person will be started symptoms of cough. That is the pertussis disease. And what is the clinical manifestation? The clinical manifestation classified into 3 stages. That is, the first one is catarrhal stage, that we called as pre-paroxysmal stage, that lasts for 0 to 2 weeks. And second is the paroxysmal stage, that is the spasmodic stage, lasts for 2 to 4 weeks. And the third one is the convalescent stage, that is lasts for 2 weeks. And we will see what is stage 1, that is catarrhal stage. So here the symptoms appear that the person will be having a fever and the rhinitis, that is running nose and sneezing, anorexia, that's loss of appetite, nausea, vomiting, lacrimation, and irritating cough, and mainly occurring at night. That's what we will call as nocturnal, but later become diurnal. And in stage 2, that is the paroxysmal stage, here there will be a repetitive cough accompanied by vomiting. And here the typical attack consists of repeated series of many cough in inspiration followed by sudden deep and violent inspiration with the characterized and crowing sound of whoop. And there may be, as a result, there will be a formation of ulcer in the frenulum of tongue, and the patient will be having increased septic diaphoresis and congestion of neck and scalp. And there will be a subconjunctival hemorrhage, ulcer of lingual frenulum, and periorbital edema. And stage 3 is an convalescent stage. So here there will be disturbing cough and vomiting stops and appetite to improves, and the person will be started hungerness, and habit pattern of coughing may be longer to several weeks and months. So the complications, mainly most of the people, those are having developing otitis media and respiratory complications, pneumonia, that will be mainly occurring in the infants, and atelectasis, bronchiectasis and emphysema. And neurological complications, most of the patients will be developing intracranial hemorrhage, seizure, that is convulsion due to cerebral hypoxia, decreased blood supply to the cerebral artery, and paralysis and hemiplegia and encephalopathy due to cerebral anoxia. Then what is the diagnostic evaluation? So diagnostic evaluation, we will start with the history collection. Mainly we will ask the person whether they are having a fever and malaise, myalgia, any rash, sore throat, hoarseness, tachypnea, wheeze, any crepitation, rales. And along with that, we will be doing the blood count, the total count, we will assess, and fluorescent antibody staining, and cultures mainly from nasopharyngeal aspirate culture, then X-ray chest. Treatment, we will start with antibiotics, that is erythromycin 40 to 50 mg per kg per day for 14 days, and clarithromycin 50 mg per kg for 7 days, and azithromycin 10 mg per kg for 5 days, and ineffective if given in if these all the things will be ineffective in case if you are given in the paroxysmal stage. And let's see what are the complications. So the complications is categorized into 3 areas, that is respiratory, sequel of forceful cough, and central nervous system. So respiratory, there will be apnea, bronchopneumonia, atelectasis, bronchiectasis, emphysema, and interstitial. And in subcutaneous, there will be an ear, otitis media, reactivation of pus and tuberculosis. And in sequel of forceful cough will lead to epistaxis and subconjunctival hemorrhage, intracranial bleeding, and there may be a chance of rectal prolapse, umbilical hernias, dehydration, malnutrition, and finally leads to tetany. And in CNS convulsion, hypoxemia, hemorrhage, and encephalopathy. And how we can prevent? So the prevention is mainly we should insist the we have to insist the community or the society about the importance of taking DPT action. So all household conduct should get erythromycin for 14 days. So what are the nursing intervention? So the nursing intervention for a patient with pertussis is we should educate about coughing and breathing, and so how they have to cough. At the time of cough, the closing the mouth with a single layer of gauze or a thin layer of that cloth, so that the infection will not spread to others. And that breathing exercises we can teach it, like deep breath and hold for 2 seconds and then cough 2 to 3 times in succession. So various types of breathing exercise can be taught to the patients. Thank you.